Hello there, dear yogi. In today's practice, we are speaking about and practicing around mantra. Now, mantra is one of the 8 limbs of yoga, or that's a way in which I describe one of the 8 limbs of yoga, and something we'll learn about more in week 3. But today, I wanted to talk a bit about alignment as we enter into our week 2 coming up really soon, where we'll do a lot of physical alignment in the body. Now, alignment is one of those words that can be used in a lot of different contexts, and I think it's really important to understand the kind of more broad perspective of what alignment means in a yoga practice. And so with that, we'll get started seated again today. You can find your way onto your props. We'll meet in the middle of the mat on that comfortable blanket or prop, and we'll get started on our exploration into alignment. So finding your comfortable seat, dear yogi, walk sits bones back. I, again, like to wiggle my way onto my mat in a way that is comfortable and supportive and kind. If this is feeling a little low for you, feel free to prop up your hips a little bit more. We'll start today diving right into practice by closing the eyes or softening the gaze, taking a moment to check in with what's going on in your inner landscape today. Starting from the outside and kind of working our way in, maybe begin to feel kind of like sensing around. If you imagining you could, scan the body kind of with a feeling camera, feeling like the outside of your skin. You might have a light breeze on your skin. The air may be still. It might feel a little warm, a little cool. Maybe you have layers on, maybe not. Feeling and sensing into your skin and just noticing like the texture. What kind of information can you pick up from your skin? And then we'll start to bring that amazing feeling camera kind of inside one layer. So feeling into your tissues. That often is easier or more common for us to do in the areas of the body that tend to be a little tender or tend to have some pain. So maybe start to talk to your shoulders, right? Bring that sensing camera into your shoulders. Maybe it's your low back. And we've done some work so we know, if your pelvis is tilted a bit, some of us tend to tilt a little forward. You can start to draw it back just like we did a few days ago until it's got that evenness with the earth. And maybe tone the belly into the spine and see if with this sensing awareness, maybe that provided a different kind of support or feeling in your low back, your belly, your neck, your shoulders. So feeling into all those places, and then maybe if you can, begin to bring that inner landscape, that camera, that sensing feeling, your awareness towards the parts of you that aren't calling your attention right now. Wrists, elbows. There's got to be a spot on your body that is not calling your attention, I hope. Maybe. So feeling into some parts of you that feel a little smoother, a little easier. And again, remembering that we are not labeling the experience as good or bad, positive, negative, approved or not approved. And we're really just coming into awareness. And part of that comes into the way in which we just perceive what's going on inside. Like I could say, my left shoulder feels good, my right shoulder feels bad, but that also doesn't tell me much. My right shoulder might feel a little tense. My left shoulder may not. So tension is a way of describing the inner climate. There's other words as well. Smooth, soft, open, tight, gripped, cranky. Right? These are all words we can use. And then bringing your internal awareness one layer below the tissues. So now bringing it kind of into your feelings. What kind of feelings are arising for you in this moment? And this is where, again, the yoga practice can be scary. It can be uncertain, unknown territory to begin to ask what the emotions are. But this is how we come into alignment. Not through ignoring, not through bypassing, not through sweeping it under the rug, not through hoping it'll go away, but really through checking in. Man, I feel really angry right now. Or, wow, I'm feeling pretty good. Or maybe, there is an emotion of sadness or heartbreak. So coming into that awareness, a lot of times we have many emotions. We're complex creatures. That's okay. Just be aware. So kind of as you're sensing into your body, the last thing I would love for you to become aware of is your mind and the thoughts in your mind, what's racing through your brain. When will she stop talking? Are we going to move today? So eventually, and yes, we will. I'm coming into that awareness, and now we're going to use mantra. Mantra is a phrase, it's a statement to guide some alignment towards something. And today I'm going to give it to you, but in the future it can be yours. So mantra is an I am statement, and it's directed towards something. And today we're going to focus entirely on alignment, and we'll really bring the language right there. I am aligned. My body, my mind, and my heart are aligned. If that word for you isn't really ringing or resonating, I am synchronous. I am connected. I am focused. Alignment is the same. It's a step into the concept of yoga as union, and it uses words, mantra, and movement and breath to bring it all together. So setting I am aligned into your heart, into your mind. And now we'll breathe it in together. Inhale. And exhale. I am aligned. Wonderful. So we're going to come into some breath and movement together to really kind of churn and cultivate this alignment. And we'll move a bit today. So stretch your arms out to the sides. Inhale, flip palms up to the sky. Breathe in. And then exhale, hands come down to the earth. Now, I care less if your breath is inhaling as you reach up. And I care a lot more about you finding some level of synchronicity between how you move your body and your breath. This is alignment. Alignment comes from synchronizing, just like synchronized swimmers, right? Or, I don't know, have you ever seen those birds that fly in these amazing patterns? All at once, it's like they think with one mind. like their bodies, their actions are so synchronous. They look like a whole other being. Same with a school of fish, right? Swimming so close together and so in sync with one another. And here we are as human beings. We will get just one of us. And yet we have these brains and bodies and environments that kind of change us and affect our synchronicities. We'll do one more breath up to the sky, one more reach of the hands. And this time hands will connect overhead, and let's draw them down through heart center. Perfect. On an inhale, send your hands up to the sky. Breathe, maybe look up to the sky. And on an exhale, bring your hands together and bring it down through heart center. Again, don't worry about the inhales and the exhales, just move in synchronicity. Finding your place, your pattern of movement. This is not complicated, but it doesn't mean it's easy. I am aligned. I am synchronous. I am in sync. That might have a different meaning to you if you're familiar with the band. We'll go with it. Next time your hands meet at heart center, we'll keep it there. Offer yourself a breath. Let it go. And let's come now to hands and knees. As we work on alignment, what we're looking for again is to bring all the parts of the body together. So we're going to touch each part, and we'll be here for just a couple of breaths. Finding the tabletop shape, hands and knees on the earth, tilting the tailbone, dropping the belly, bringing the head up to the sky. Find your breath. And then when you're ready, change the breath as you change the shape of the body. And then do it again. Dropping belly, finding that cow pose. And then again. The next time you come into that cat pose, you follow your breath here. Looking for synchronicity in movement and alignment in breath and body and thought. And the breath tends to be that connection point that kind of brings the brain and the body together. So notice that. We'll do just 2 more rounds. Finding that synchronicity, really allowing, if you can, a smoothness to the way you move. No pressure. And then when you're ready, you can come back to that neutral tabletop, that flat back. Walk your hands back to your knees, and let's move the blanket off to the side. We're going to slowly walk hands. If you've lifted your knees, keep them lifted. We're going to come up through a halfway lift. So crawl the hands to the feet. Keep crawling them up the shins. Maybe bring them onto the thighs. Keep your knees bent and get nice and long in your spine. It's okay if you're not just flat halfway. You can be a little lifted here. Breathe in. Let it go. Whew. Here we go. And we're going to synchronize again. Hands can come onto knees or shins. And then we fold down to the earth. Let's do that twice more. Again, use your breath if you can bring it into the experience. No pressure. Do your best. You're doing great. And then slowly walk hands up your body. Slowly come to stand. Take your time. Sometimes there's a big rush of energy as we get to the top of the mat. I don't care how experienced you are, it still happens. Inhale, reach hands up to the sky. Stretch your arms. Hands connect overhead and find heart center. Let's do that twice more. Inhale, stretch arms out. Make a big star shape. And then connect palms and bring them together. One more inhale. Up. Exhale, hands through heart center. Let's offer a breath here. And let it go. Inhale, sweeping hands, reach up to the sky. This time let's bend knees, strengthen through the belly, slowly begin to tilt the torso, slowly begin to stretch arms to the sides, slowly begin to fold towards the earth. Here, we'll walk hands up onto shins, again finding that halfway lift, strong belly, nice strong spine here. And then crawl the hands, walking them out if you can. If not, we'll meet together, walking our way to a plank pose. Give yourself just a breath here. And then drop your knees and bring your whole body onto the earth. Maybe stretch your toes long, and maybe bring your hands alongside your heart and stretch your heart forward. If you can, breathe in here. And then let it go as you slowly find your way to the earth. You can press up through a tabletop shape, and then let's just take knees nice and wide and stretch hips down to your heels. Maybe give yourself a big breath in here and breath out. One of the ways in which we come into alignment in our yoga practice, one of the ways we do it in our vinyasa yoga practice, is through sun salutations. In sun salutations, which is what we just did, we begin to pattern the breath to align with the movement. And when we can pattern breath to align with movement, the mind sometimes, hopefully, with practice, begins to fall into synchronicity with the breath and the body and the heart. I am aligned. I am synchronous. Together, we are going to walk hands to knees. And we're going to come into that sun salutation one more time. Roll over your toes. Slowly start to lift your hips. Slowly crawl your hands up to your thighs. Get nice and long in your back. And maybe on your exhale, fold to the earth. We'll take a slow crawl with the hands all the way up the body. And if you can, in the same breath, reach hands up to the sky as you breathe in. Bring your hands to touch and draw it down through heart center. Breathe in, breathe out. Next, inhale. Start by bending knees. Reach the hands up to the sky as you inhale. Maybe open up through the heart, stretch and breathe. Exhale, arms stretch to the sides. Belly is strong, and we fold all the way down. Maybe fingers touch the earth. Hands can find the shins. Strong belly as we find that halfway lift again. And then bring the hands to the earth. Slowly crawl them forward, finding your plank pose. Breathe in. Drop your knees. Find the earth. Maybe stretch your toes. Maybe stretch your heart forward. Maybe breathe in. And then let it all go. We're going to come right onto our backs here and close out our practice. Offering space to release on the earth. Stretch your arms out. maybe to the sides, or in any position that is comfortable for you. Stretch your legs long. Offer yourself a moment to wiggle and adjust until you have that perfect position of your body on the earth. You have made it, dear yogi. And in this shape, as you land, you are aligned, present, synchronous. Your body and breath and heart are in line with one another. And even if the change is so small, the shift that occurs when we land on the mat is everything. You can remain here as long as you'd like. If you want, you can bring your hands together, maybe thumb knuckles in to your forehead. Offer a breath in. Let it go. Namaste, dear yogi. I wish you all the best. I hope that you found a little bit more awareness of mantra and alignment. And I wish you all the best in the next few days as we explore our physical practice together. Be well.